Hi ladies. So have you ever wondered what your life would be like if you just had that little bit more confidence? Have you ever stood at the school gates and seen crowds of women talking to each other and you're there stood by yourself just wishing that you could join in and just casually chat with the others? Do you sometimes feel lonely because you just haven't got the courage to go up and join groups and start talking? Because who are you to go and start talking when they don't even know you? Have you ever thought that you really need to get your business out there to be seen by more people, but you just don't know how to do it, or there's just something holding you back? It can be really frustrating, and sometimes it's hard to put your finger on it of what is actually happening. But a lot of the time, it's a lack of confidence. It's a lack of belief in yourself. And this can affect your life in a whole manner of ways. From the minor things like when you're in a shop and maybe you can't get that packet open on the shelf on the first attempt, so you leave it and you walk away because you don't want to draw attention to yourself. But then you're at home and your child says, "Oh mum, did you get my favourite biscuits?" And you're like, "No, because I couldn't get the packet open." And it's no biggie, but it eats at you. It's a little niggle that you think, if I'd have just tried a bit more, if I hadn't have been bothered what other people thought of me, I could have got that packet open and I could have got the biscuits and I could have given them to my son and he'd be happy now. So it's no biggie, he'll survive, but it's just that little niggle, that little seed that's planted that you're not good enough. Have you ever wanted your business to be really seen on social media and you've got to get your ass out there and do a live, but you just can't bring yourself to do it because what will people think of you? This is a belief in yourself. So it's a belief in yourself, your ability, your business, and it all comes back to your confidence. So this is what I found in my life, because I suffered for over 20 years with anxiety and depression and social phobia. Now, if you don't know what social phobia is, it's when you really struggle to literally live normally. You're anxious about everything. When you go out, you're worried that what you look like. You can't talk to people. You definitely can't give eye contact because if you look at them, then they can see you. I know it sounds so stupid, doesn't it? But it's true. I couldn't speak in front of more than like 2 or 3 people. And if I had to be in that situation, if like people came to me, literally my senses would shut down. I would go deaf. I would literally be standing there talking to someone and then a group of people would come over and all of a sudden I could not hear what anyone was saying. And I remember being in the pub with my sister and she's like, "What are you doing? You could hear me fine a minute ago." Like she thought I was making it up. And I'm like, honestly, I can't hear what people are saying. So how can I join in the conversation? And they would be speaking and she would be saying it in my ear. And I'd feel like a right idiot. But I didn't realise at the time that it was my social phobia making my senses shut down. There would be times when I felt like I literally couldn't speak because it felt like someone was strangling me. And again, I didn't realise it was a symptom of anxiety. And this all boils back to confidence and self-esteem. So the reason that the Motivated Mummies is all about building confidence is because it's such a fundamental foundation that we need to live a happy life. It doesn't matter if you haven't got an amazing business that you need to blossom. It just is a basic need to feel comfortable in your own skin, to be able to walk out of your own front door and to be able to just be yourself. And if you've never experienced not having that, you cannot possibly understand what it's like. But for those of you who have experienced it, you know that it can be crippling, just awful. Now, people have this on all different levels. So mine was extreme. There were days that I sometimes couldn't leave the house because I felt so anxious. Other days I could function okay. It would just be a mild shaking of the hands, So people have them on different levels and different levels on different days. So wherever your level is, whether it's an ongoing, constant sickness, anxiety feeling in your belly, or if you just have the occasional day where you just feel a little bit like you wish that you could be a bit braver. You know, you're overall quite brave, but you know that if you could just be that little bit more, then you could get so far ahead in life. So whatever level you're at, this course is for you. Let me tell you about my course. So it comes from my book, The Motivated Mummy's Guide to Confidence. And this is all about empowering the mums so that the children can have their best lives. I know it's a bit backwards, because most people are like, oh, we really need to boost children's confidence. I 100% agree, 100%. But there's so many books out there for children, and there's so many treatments for children and therapies, and you can send your kid off to counselling, because if they've got low confidence, low self-esteem, or they've got anxiety or panic attacks, you can send them off for coaching and counselling. But if they're coming back home every single day and they are surrounded by you and your anxiety and your low confidence and low self-esteem, they are gonna learn bad habits. So you must start with you. And in one way that's hard to hear, because we would do anything for our children, and the thought that we are holding them back is awful. But on the other hand, if you know that the only thing in life that you can control is yourself, which is true, then how fantastic is that? That if we can just change ourselves, which we can do, then we can change the people around us. So you've probably experienced asking your child to do something and they don't listen, because kids rarely listen to what we say, but they copy what we do and they soak it up like a sponge. Okay, so when we're during our everyday activities, if we're doing something, you know, we might not think they're listening, we might not think they're watching, but they are, and they're soaking it up. So if you look at your child, their personality is made up from everything around them. It's made up from you, their dad, their nan, their granddad, their teachers at school, their friends. All their environment creates this amazing person. So if you are the one that is closest to them, they are in contact with you on a daily basis, like most mums and children are, then it's you that they are getting most of their input from. They're learning off of you. So this course teaches you how to be your best, most confident self. And it also gives you so many tools and tricks on how to help your child build their confidence. So the course is set into 6 weeks, and each week we will go online and we'll work through a topic. And this topic will teach you how to build your confidence, and I will also give you action plans that include your children and your family. So it's up to you what you take from it. You know, I'm going to give you so much, but it's up to you to do the work. And there's going to be actions that you can implement for yourself and that you can implement for your family. And they're going to be easy. I promise you, they will be so easy to incorporate into your life, but you do have to do them. Okay, so we'll be looking at how confidence affects us overall. We'll be looking at all the different areas. We'll be looking at the symptoms, so you can look out for the symptoms of anxiety and low confidence in your children, so it can help you to assess where they are in their confidence. And then we'll be looking at easy to action routines. Okay, so this is helping you to fit these routines into your life. I'm a busy working mum. When my children were little, I was a single mum, so I do understand life is crazy busy. So anything I ask you to do is not going to be there for, you know, the mums that are lucky enough to have all day to themselves, and, you know, they've got a cleaner and they've got a cook. And no, this is real life. This is aimed at parents who are busy, who are working, probably stressed. You know, these are going to be quick and easy strategies that you can just add into your life. Okay, and you won't even notice. You won't like one day be like, oh my God, but in a week's time, you'll look back, or in 6 weeks' time, if you do the course, you'll be like, oh my goodness, you know, little Joey's now going up and asking the waiter for his own meal, or, you know, Sarah's gone off and is talking to that adult over there really confidently. And it's just small little steps, but those steps are important and they add up. So I wrote this book because I changed my life. I got rid of my social phobia and I got rid of my anxiety. And this is what I'm going to be teaching you to do on whatever level you're at, but it's easy steps to take. Okay, so that is what the course is all about. If you're interested, then message me. Let's get you booked in. Let's get a call going so we can find out if this is really right for you and your family. Okay, so I'm really excited. I can't wait to get started, and I look forward to seeing you there.